is try to make this Christmas tree. So you can see I've got a Christmas tree here with a star on top, and we are going to attempt to make this. So I made this morning, just my own pattern, and I think it's probably the best idea for me to try and do this again. I might change a few things as we're going along, but let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna start off with some green yarn right here. Maybe I should put this Christmas tree up over here. Okay, here's our wonderful Christmas tree. It's looking good over here in the corner. And I just have to remember how I did this. So what I'm going to do is start with this green yarn, and I'm going to make a magic ring, and I'm only going to crochet 4 single crochet stitches inside this magic ring. And I'm going to keep these 4 single crochet stitches a little bit loose as well. Oh, hello. Yep, it's perfect. Ah, that's very nice of you. Okay, so let's do 4 single crochet stitches, just a little bit loose on that first stitch so we can enter back into it later on. So that's 1, 2, 3, and number 4 right here. And once we've got all 4 stitches in my magic ring, I'm going to pull the tail. Now, bear with me because this is going to take some time to get this entire Christmas tree. There's a lot of work involved in it. But you can do this too. If you've got yarn, follow the pattern or follow this tutorial because I'm going to teach you how to do it. This is always the toughest part, getting inside this first stitch to start the next round. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a single crochet and then increase pattern so that I have 6 single crochet stitches in my next round. So that's what we're going to do here. Well, let's get into this properly. I just need to count these stitches, just making sure I have the 4. I don't know. I haven't sold it yet. I just made this yesterday, so we're going to see. Yeah, it is a bit tough. That's why I like to make the first stitch a little bit looser, just in general. 2, 3, 4. Here we'll make an increase. Yes, try it as well. Do it alongside with me. So here we do an increase. It's a little bit tough at the beginning just because we've made 4 single crochet stitches in that magic ring. But once we get used to it and it gets bigger and bigger, it's not going to be as difficult. So I just need to make sure as well that I'm... You know what? I might even start again because I don't like how it's looking. So bear with me. Let's try this again. I'm going to make the stitches a little bit looser. I do kind of want to use a different hook, but I can't find it right now. So this is all I have to work with. Okay, so magic ring. Then first single crochet stitch, a little bit loose. Second, and we want to make 4 single crochet stitches in this magic ring. 3 and number 4. Okay, now we're going to pull the magic tail from that magic circle or ring, and we're going to enter into this first stitch right here to start our round number 2. And it is still a little bit tough to get in there. This is probably the worst part, working with 4 single crochet stitches in a magic ring. And let's try and pull it through, which we can't do. Kind of not really working here. Let's try it again. Once we get past this point, then we're okay. But we're struggling. Maybe I'll make an increase here just so it's not as tough. So there's 1 stitch. My goodness. 2 stitch. Then here we'll just do a single crochet stitch. Make sure all of that yarn is on the hook. Here we'll do an increase. The point seams, yes, it is a little bit, but we can't help that just because our crochet hook is quite small, and well, it is what it is. So we're just doing what we can. It's going to get easier though. Alright, we finished the second round. We've made 6 single crochet stitches in that not in the magic ring, but in the second round. And now we're going to continue and make it up to 9. So we've done 4 to 6, and in the next round we're doing 9. So I just gonna, I should probably soon at some point have a stitch marker as well, so I can make sure I know where my start is. But in order to make 9, I'm going to do single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So that's single crochet, increase, a total of 3 times. So here is the first single crochet increase. Here's the second single crochet. It's getting a little bit easier now because we're getting bigger. Increase. And lastly, making sure I don't have the tail in there, single, just get inside, single crochet, last one, increase. Okay, here we go. So now we have the third round with 9 single crochet stitches. And now what we want to do is go up to 12. So in order to get to 12, we're going to do single crochet, and then increase. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in the back loops, and from here on out I'm going to always work in these back loops. So as you can see, I'm getting into the back loop of my stitch here. So I'll show you again. Here's the front loop here, and now I'm going into the back loop, and soon I'm going to put a crochet stitch marker in so I can keep track of it at all times. So here's my first single crochet, my second, always in the back loops now, and here's the increase, 1, 2. Okay, that's the first. I've got to repeat this another 2 times. Single crochet, and increase. Last time, single crochet, just get rid of that tail, and increase to finish off that round. So there we go. All right, so as you can see, I've started crocheting in the back loops now. Now in this next round, maybe I should write this as I go along. It's just I need to find my pen so we can write down our Christmas tree pattern as we go along, and then you might have something to follow along with at the same time, which would be quite fun. Okay, so what have we got? We've got round 1. We have work 4 single crochet stitches in a magic ring, and that is 4 stitches in total right there. Round 2, we had single crochet increase, and we repeated that twice, giving us a total of 6. Then in round 3, we had again single crochet increase, but this time we did that 3 times, and that gave us 9 stitches in total. And then in round 4, what we did was we did 2 single crochet stitches and an increase 3 times, and that gave us a total of 12 stitches. And this one was in the back loops only. Oh no, round 5 was in the back loops only. So in round 5, I will say BLO, back loop only, 12 single crochet stitches, and so that will be 12. Now I either have done that a little bit incorrectly. So this one was actually the back loop only. That's where we started, the back loop only. But we are going to do back loops from here on out. So I've still written the rest of the pattern correct. Okay, so back loops only 12. So we've got 12 now. And maybe I should put a stitch marker in. Now to make a stitch marker for yourselves, all you need to do is just cut a little bit of yarn. You don't even need to use an actual stitch marker. And so we'll just put that before our first stitch. Just making sure I've got that there. Just going to make sure I've got the right stitch over here. And then I'm going to go inside this back loop. and start my round number 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and number 12. There we go. Okay, so now we have finished round 5, and the next round that we want to do, so this is where it starts getting a little bit easier as we go all the way along. We want the total number of stitches to be 18. So this means we need to increase or repeat a certain pattern 6 times from 12 to 18. There's a total of 6 extra stitches. So we've got an increase over here, and I believe it will be a single crochet increase repeated 6 times to make a total of 18. So we're starting the next round here, and of course we want the back loop only as well. Hello, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. We are making a Christmas tree. This might take a little while, but bear with us. We will get there in the end. If you want to learn how to make a Christmas tree, especially maybe for next year. I know this year the 2024 Christmas is over, and Happy New Year, by the way. But yeah, if you want to make a Christmas tree, this is the channel to make one on. And I designed this myself last night. So there we go, that's what it looks like. Okay, we're starting round 6, and we're going to do first single crochet, back loops only. Happy New Year's as well. Then an increase, that's the first time. Single crochet, increase as the second time. Single crochet, increase as the third time. Last night might took like midnight for it to end. Then single crochet, increase as the fourth time we've done that. Single crochet, increase, number 5th or the 5th time. And last one, single crochet, increase. Okay, we have now done that round. Hello and Happy New Year to you as well. I can't believe it's 2025 already. Now in round 7, here we go. We've got the pattern, we're writing it as we're going along. We've got the back loop only again, and this time we're just doing 18 single crochet stitches, which means a total of 18, and I'll put that in brackets. Only one round, so let's start. Back loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and number 18. There we go. Now in the next round, this is round 8 now, we are still in the back loops, so back loop only, and we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches with an increase, all of that repeated 6 times to make a total of 24. Hello and welcome. For those of you where it's the new year, Happy New Year, and if you've still got a few hours to go, well, Happy New Year's Eve as well to you guys. Okay, in this next round, we're doing 1, 2, increase, repeating this a total of 6 times. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, increase. Another one. Hello, hello. 2, increase. I think we've got 2 more of those to go. 1, 2. So you can see our Christmas tree is just getting bigger and bigger as we go all the way. And last one, here we go. Single crochet, single crochet, and increase to finish off that round. It's starting to look like a Christmas tree, yes! Indeed, it is. So in the next round, we're still the back loop only, and we're going to do 24 single crochet stitches. Just one round of 24, and always in the back loop. So let's count these as we go. 1, and the reason why I'm counting is because I don't have my stitch marker. I haven't moved it yet, so I just need to make sure I've got the right amount in each round. So this is number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11:55 in the morning, January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year's Eve to this, who it's still December 31. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, let's continue on. Happy New Year as well to you. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, gets a little bit redundant after a while, but it's okay. 22, 23, and lucky last, 24. Okay, we are getting there. In round 10, let's write this down here. We're doing, again, always the back loop at this point. We're doing 3 single crochet stitches, then an increase, and we are repeating that and 6 times. And that will give us a total of 30 stitches. So now we can start that. 1, 2, 3, and increase. Do you guys want me to put this as a tutorial as well on YouTube, like as an actual video later on? Because I am more than happy to do that if this is something you want to refer back to and make in the future years as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase, and last one. 1, 2, 3. Increase. What's everyone doing for their New Year's Day? Anything exciting, or is it just a chill day at home? Finishing that off with an increase right there. All right, round number 11, back loop only, 30 single crochet stitches. I don't know. That is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm so glad you could join us on this live. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just make sure I get all that yarn in there. 9, 10. Another 20 to go. 11, 12, 13, 14. You're going to Disney? Is that Disneyland? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you have a wonderful time there. It is quite fun. 1, 2, so that's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Actually, I think that's 27. This one's 28, 29, and 30 to finish off that round. Yes, I'm sure it will be fun for you as well. Do you guys have an annual pass, or are you just buying the one ticket? Do you live close to Disneyland? Okay, in round 12, we are now going to do, and you can start to see this pattern. We're doing 4 increases. So as in 4 single crochet, then an increase, repeating that 6 times to give us a total of 36 stitches. So now we can do that one there. And even at this point, I might move the stitch marker just so I don't get lost. I've been pretty good at tracking it at this point, but in case I lose track of it, I'm just going to move it. We already got the tickets. Perfect. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time. What are we doing? Okay, 4 single crochet stitches and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, first increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. Here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase for the third increase of this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, as I think this is the 5th. It's either the 4th or 5th increase. 1, 2 single crochet, 3, 4, increase. Okay, so this must be the 5th now. Please teach me. Yes. By the way, if you don't know how to crochet, I have a few different videos teaching you from the very beginning how to hold a crochet hook and the yarn. I think I've got 4 lesson videos out already, so go check out the playlist where it just says learn to crochet for beginners. So go check that out if you haven't already. Right now we're doing a Christmas tree and we're writing the pattern as we go along as well, just so we can see what we're doing, and let's hope for the best. I hope this Christmas tree works out well. This is what it's supposed to look like in the end, which does look pretty cool. Oh, it's a little bit blurry there. but there we go, our nice Christmas tree. Number, what's this one? So we've done increase. Where did we do the increase? 2, 3, 4. So that must be the increase there then, which means here is the increase. I do hope I'm right, otherwise I may have just stuffed up this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just don't know if that increase is there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take this out until I can see. This looks like the increase. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, we didn't move it back too far. We are on track again. 1, 2, 3. Here's number 4. Increase. And now and last number 4, as in 1 single crochet stitch, 2, 3, 4. And lucky we did do that because I did miss a stitch. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so we have made the 12th round and we're about to start round 13, which will just be 36 single crochet stitches. So I'll write it like that. I just want to check the height of this. We're looking pretty good. Obviously this one looks a lot thicker, and I'll show you why, because we're adding something on the top here as we go around in our different colors the entire time. So here we're just doing 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, welcome. 11, 12, 13, 14. We're just making a Christmas tree, even though it's the new year. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, going up to 36, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and lucky last, number 36. So the reason why it looks thinner than the other one is because we haven't put our decoration all the way around just yet. And we might also be using a slightly smaller hook. I can't remember if I used a 1.9 hook or my 1.75 hook, but in the end I could only find 1.75, so I ended up just using that. So you can see it says 1.75 there. How can you teach how to make a bag? I have a best friend in the Philippines who hopefully can do a live, and she can do a bag for you guys. Maybe she can even do a phone holder as well. That would be pretty cool. Her name is Emmy. Okay, so at this point, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave this green yarn. So I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna cut it just yet because I have to close this eventually. But in the meantime, what I might do is just cut over here because I'm gonna need the green yarn. I'm not going to touch this because I'm going to add to it a bit later, as I can have a look at how many rows I need extra or non-extra or whatever that may be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the very top here, so I can see where I put that first back loop, and that was here. That was right here in this loop right here. So you can see that is my very first back loop of the round. Is it though? Just want to check that it is, and yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, so this is my very first back loop, and that was starting in round 3. So I made the back loops in round 4, but because I was doing them on round 3, it means the back loop that I'm working on here, or the front loop I should say, is in round 3. So this is the front loop now. So I could say work on front loop of round 3 and continue with, and let's see, and we can do this in rounds. Round 1, so let's attach our green yarn right here. So we're going to attach green yarn to this very front loop of round 3, and I'm just going to go like so, and then I'm going to chain 1. So I can say work on the front loop of round 3. Over here I'd say connect with chain 1 and continue with. So that's how I would write it. And then I would go back in. So what I'm going to do is a single crochet in that very first front loop. Then I'm going to chain 2 and go into the very next front loop and work a single crochet stitch, weaving in my yarn tail as I go. So now I'm going to go into the next front loop stitch. Just gonna make sure I can find it. There it is. It's usually not very difficult to find. You've just got to poke your hook in a little bit. 1, 2. So always chaining 2. This is how we form the decoration. Weave in that yarn tail as you go. Now I don't need to weave it in anymore because I've done it across 4 or so stitches, so I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to pull it to the side here so it doesn't interfere with me anymore, and then I'm going to continue chaining 1, 2, go into the next front loop, pull this over here and make a single crochet stitch, 1, 2, next front loop, there we go, 1, 2. So you're going to see that we repeat this pattern over and over, but we're going to change yarn colors every round that we get to. And that's what's going to make this fluffier and make it look like an actual Christmas tree, which is fun. Here's our single crochet, chain 2. And what we're going to do now is here, this is where we're going to change the yarn color, and we will change it to, what should we do? Maybe white? Let's do white. Okay, so I've got to find, give me a second because I've got to find my white yarn. Where art thou? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's some white yarn. And we're just going to weave the yarn tail through to finish off that last stitch, as you can see. And now what we're going to do at this point is going to just directly chain 2. Let's move our stitch marker out of the way. So we chained 1, here's the second. And then we're going to go directly into the next front loop of the 4th round this time. And I'm just weaving in these yarn tails for a few stitches. Oh, thank you. Hopefully it will look good. It is quite fun to make. I mean, this was the first time that I made it, just this morning. and I liked how it turned out, so I was like, oh, do a tutorial of it. Let's do a live and see what other people think of it, and they can do it too. I know we're a bit late for Christmas. I wish we started a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. At least you'll be able to do this in preparation for next year. No, for this year. Oh my goodness. It's already 2025. So I've just cut the yarn tails that I've already weaved in at that point. So we're going to chain 2, find our next front loop, and continue on. So you can see there's a lot of front loops that we have to get through, but we will get through them one step at a time. Thank you guys for liking this live. Really appreciate it. And please, if you haven't already, I would love if you could subscribe. We were trying to get to 10K by the end of 2024. We've obviously not been able to reach that goal, but we are very close. And yeah, it would be great if you could subscribe, please. I have lots of tutorial videos on this channel. We do lots of crocheting. I teach you how to crochet, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. We'll have a lot more videos as we continue out through this year, and hopefully we can do well with this channel. Here we go. Hello, Cola Bro 777. Lovely to have you here. So single crochet, and this is the section where now, before I finish that last stitch, I'm going to pull through with red colored yarn. So let's do that now. Hello, Emmeline, nice to see you here. Okay, let me grab some red yarn now. Just want to make sure I'm getting the yarn. Can you please say wheezing? There we go, wheezing. Okay, so let's grab this yarn tail. Let's pull the red yarn through. Grab the white. And now we're going to start the red round. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Then we're going in the next front loop, and we've always got to find those front loops. It's not too difficult to find. Just pull back the these ones here so you can find them nice and neatly. 1, 2. Go in that front loop. Single crochet. And remember, we're weaving in those tails directly behind in a few stitches. And the reason why we're doing that is so we don't have to tie anything later. It would already be secured into my Christmas tree, and we won't have any more difficulty with those yarn tails. We can just directly cut them off once we're done. So that's enough for those. We've weaved in enough stitches, or weaved in those yarn tails in enough stitches, I should say. And let's just single crochet in here. Let's keep it going. This is our 3rd round of the decoration part of our Christmas tree, and I really do have a I really do think that I've used a 1.9mm hook for this. You can use all the way up to a 2.5, probably even a 3mm hook for this 4-ply cotton yarn here that we're using. So if you struggle with using those smaller hooks, feel free to work with a larger hook, just not too large where you have gaps. So I think you can get away with here up into a 3mm hook, because I know I've made tulips with a 3mm hook before, and they have turned out very nicely. Can you please, oh, that's a previous comment, and I did say it. There we go. So we are making progress, guys. We are getting through our beautiful Christmas tree, even though Christmas is over. But hey, we can still make our Christmas tree. Single crochet, 2 chains, and getting into this last loop here, I'm going to pull the yarn through, and now we can rotate back to our very own green colored yarn. So let us grab our green colored yarn. Thank you, thank you. I do need eyes because I'm doing a little bit of multitasking here. So if I am making mistakes, this would be the reason why. So I appreciate you letting me know that I'm doing all good. I'm on the right colors, the right rounds, which is brilliant. We are not making mistakes, not right now. Chain 2. Weaving in those 2 yarn tails all the way behind. Just a few more times, and in fact I can cut the previous 2 yarn tails right here, just so they don't get in the way. And we'll do that every round that we get to. Get to this part, you don't really have to think too much about it. And it's just basically repeating the same thing over and over, which is just single crochet stitch, 2 single crochets. Okay, what am I saying? Single crochet stitch and then 2 chains. That's what I meant to say. I just don't like how I've somehow weaved in the red yarn there. Let's try and get that away. Red yarn, hop over there. We've weaved you in enough. Single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet. And again, we just keep doing this. Single crochet, 2 chains. And remember, it's going to get bigger and bigger as we go all the way around. Fireworks are blowing up. Oh, no way. Happy New Year. It's time. The new year is here. For you. It was already here for us about 8-9 hours ago now. 1, 2. 1. Getting in here. 1, 2. I don't know who mentioned the other day for me to do a Christmas tree, but it was thanks to them that I was inspired to try a Christmas tree. I don't know if they're in the chat at the moment, but probably not. But anyways, that's where it was inspired from. Someone told me to make a Christmas tree, and originally I said, oh, but there's no point. Christmas is over. But then, yeah, thought about it, and I was like, oh, maybe it could be fun. And then, yeah, I just designed one, and here we go. We're in a live now doing a Christmas tree. So this is what we're doing. Weave in our white yarn, because we're starting the next round. Just want to make sure that you get the entire... So let's take all this out, because I did not do that well. Go back into my green and weave the white. Now I'm going to pull the green, I'm going to chain 2, and then go into the next front loop and pull through. Does anyone else feel like it's so strange on the actual time of it being a new year? Like where all the fireworks are going and it's like, wow, it's already 2025 now. Does anyone else feel like a sense of like, oh, that's weird? It's like a weird feeling. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Obviously not on the next day, like that feeling goes away, but during the fireworks and a couple of minutes to the new year or just before, I'm always like, oh, this is a strange feeling. Okay, there we go. Cutting off this point here because we don't need that anymore. did I chain 2? No. Chain 2, single crochet. Move that red away. Hey guys, if you're new to this live stream, we do a lot of crocheting here. So right now we're making a Christmas tree, and this is what it's going to look like in the end, a Christmas tree right here. And we are just doing that right now with a 1.75mm hook, and we're getting through it nice and easy. There's a lot of decorating to go, which is why this Christmas tree can actually take a little while to do, especially if you're new to crochet. It is definitely doable. It's not too difficult, I would say, but it just takes some time because of this part here, which is decorating your Christmas tree. And you don't have to use red, green, and white colors. I've just used it because that's what reminds me of Christmas. But you can use any decorative colors you'd want to use for your Christmas tree as well. And it doesn't have to be in a cycle of 3. You might choose to do a rainbow colored tree, or one single color. It might just all be green. Just want to move this camera a little bit so I don't have to move forward so much. It's getting really hot now as well in Australia. It's currently 31 degrees or something like that. So yeah, quite hot. How do you guys think this Christmas tree is looking so far? And pull here, and now we're going to change to color red. And we don't want to have too much of a tail, so we'll just make it this length. What we can do now is cut these 2 off because we don't need these anymore. This was from the previous round. We already weaved in those yarn tails right here, so we're just going to cut that over here so it doesn't get in the way. There we go. So you can see we've cut off a few of these yarn tails over here. And now what we're going to do is chain 2 and continue decorating. So always make sure you get in the front loops here. There we go, and I'm just going to weave those yarn tails in as I go. You can imagine it already, that's awesome. Single crochet, chain, I feel like it's a good time to have a nap if it's the midday. Especially here because it's quite hot. And where I'm doing crochet at the moment, this room that I'm working in, it does get quite hot. Single crochet, chain, chain 2. Now we can stop working in this yarn, we don't need it. Chain 2. We can chop that away a bit later. single crochet, chain 2. What would you guys like to see in another live? Like, what would you want me to make? Something small, not too difficult, but something that you really wanted to make. If you give me some ideas, I might be able to have a look and design something for you, and then we can do it as a live together. But I need ideas, so if you can write them in the chat, go for it, and I will read them out and have a look. I also had a poll on my community post, and I asked who knows how to crochet, and you know what? Most people seemed really enthusiastic about wanting to learn how to crochet, which I thought was really nice. I think there were like about 90 odd votes or something like that, and yeah, everyone either chose I don't know yet, but I'd love to learn, or they knew a little bit of how to crochet as well. I also feel like today is probably not the best day to do a live, just because there's not many people on, probably not on YouTube as well. I mean, it's New Year's Day, right? Or it's like in the middle of the night for people from the US that'd be sleeping now. I imagine the fireworks have finished. And yeah, it's probably just not the greatest time to do a live. But hey, we're here. And thank you everyone who's watching. Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. 1, 2. And look, we are definitely making progress now with this tree. It's looking pretty good as we are moving along. So I can change my yarn right here. I probably could have changed it a little bit earlier, but you know what? It's not going to make much of a difference anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much if you haven't, like when you're doing your Christmas tree and you're doing the decorations, just making sure at least this kind of lines up, you're more than fine. It's going to look good anyway, no matter how and where you change your colors, just as long as they're a little bit consistent and yeah, the pattern looks good. You are going to have a very nice Christmas tree in the end. And we forgot to chain 2 right there, so let's remember to chain 2. I think we forgot to chain 2 here as well. There are 9 people watching. Thank you to all you 9 people. So happy that you could come and watch this live where we're making a Christmas tree. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Again, we make lots of tutorials on this channel ready for you to learn how to crochet and make some nice stuffed amigurumi toys for your friends or for yourself as you learn how to crochet. You are a beginner of crochet, so that's April. That is fantastic. I am so happy that you have developed a love for crochet, and it's no problem. We all start somewhere, right? And if you keep at it, you are going to be great. And it won't take long for you to be great as well. I have already did subscribe. Oh, thank you so much. Lyric Lily. Lily, thank you so much. That's so lovely of you. Same. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Adam. So yeah, guys, do you have any recommendations or things that you want to learn how to crochet that we could do as a live and do together? What would you want to see as a live? Give me some ideas or tips. I am... Oh, thank you so much. I wonder if people say, because a lot of people say I have a different type of accent. It's not an Australian accent, and I feel like it's a little bit mixed between British, Australian, and a little bit of American accent. I don't know how I ended up having that type of accent, but it is what it is. But thank you so much. Yeah, but guys, put in the chat, what would you want? Okay, please make cute cartoon characters. Cartoon characters, you're gonna have to help me out. I mean, I'm a little bit old now, so I don't watch many cartoons. So give me some examples. Ink. I'm gonna have to look that up. 1, 2. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. I must have been reading that wrong. I thought it was something and I was like, oh, I have no idea what that is. One, two. Where are you guys from, by the way? I'm guessing, Adam, you're from the US? A flower. Okay, what type of flower? Because we have done a sunflower, and we have also made a tulip keychain. And I have those in a few lives and also as tutorial videos. So we have a few flowers, but if there's a particular flower you're looking for, maybe comment that as well. I'm from the US. I had a feeling just because of the time. When you said the fireworks were going, I was like, ooh, in the US, that's kind of like one of the places where New Year's would be pretty much at this time right now. A bunny. Okay. A small bunny, because we did make this bunny. And we made this one back in Easter, April. And I do also have a tutorial of this bunny holding his carrot and with his overalls as well. So, do you want a smaller bunny or is this one okay? Cartoon example, SpongeBob SquarePants. You know what, guys? I have a tutorial video of SpongeBob as well. You can check out SpongeBob Crochet, or just check out my videos. You'll see SpongeBob's face pop up, and go follow those tutorial videos. I've got them all there for you, where you can make your very own SpongeBob as well. I know a lot of people are very into SpongeBob actually. It's been popular for a very long time here. But thank you so much for these examples, guys. A bunny holding a strawberry or just a strawberry? Okay, that's cool. I might start off with like a strawberry and then we'll see where we get. Okay, what color is next? White, white, white. Where are you, white? Here we go. You can see I think we're more than halfway on our Christmas tree decorations, which is good. 1, 2. Don't forget to chain. Do you have a strawberry tutorial? Not just yet, but I think I could whip up a strawberry in about 20, no, maybe like 30 minutes, and then I can put out a tutorial video of my strawberry design. So how about that? If maybe in a week or 2 I can make a strawberry, we can do a live of a strawberry, and then we can you know what, if I learn how to do a strawberry later tonight, maybe tomorrow I'll do a live of a strawberry. How about that? If not, it will be later this week sometime. It's turning out perfect. Thank you so much. And okay, thanks. No problem. Happy to help. What do you guys think if I set up a Patreon? I mean, I've already set one up, but if I properly set it up, do you think I should do that? Or should I leave it? I'm kind of wanting to do well with this channel and things this year, just so I can do it full time. Because I would love to do crochet full time if I could. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you as well. I can't believe it's already 2025. That is crazy. I feel like 2024 just went super fast. It just flew by, didn't it? And you know what? It's going to be the same for 2025, but I hope it's a good year. A lot of interesting stuff happened in 2024. Do you have a crochet cardigan on a crochet sleeves tutorial? No, I do not. I've actually never made a cardigan, but it's something that I do want to do at some point. I just don't have so much time right now to spend that much time on a bigger project. But maybe eventually I will come up with something. Who knows? There's lots of stuff that can happen this year, huh? Actually, what I wanted to do is start. So this year I've got a few projects on my mind. And I really want to focus on a lot of Christmas crochet if I can. So a couple of things I want to do is like these ornaments for a Christmas tree, or I also want to do a nativity set. Again, because a lot of people have done those, and I just want to make my own and have my own designs of them, which would be so fun to do, but obviously would take a little bit of time as well. I think you need to set aside like a good 3 months just to focus on all things Christmas. But once you're done, like, it's such a great repertoire to have in your back pocket. All these Christmas crochet patterns and little tutorials of ornaments and things like that. It's just hard to find that balance between how many tutorial videos you have, because I noticed that not many people watch my tutorial videos, and that could just be because my channel is slowly growing, but you never know, in the future people may actually be interested in it a little bit more, and it would help me continue making those tutorial videos as well. So guys, if you haven't already, watch some of my videos, please, please, please. Watch those tutorials and learn how to crochet, because it helps my channel grow, and then eventually I can monetize this channel as well. I think there's only a couple of rounds to go with our different yarn colors. And then we need to close the Christmas tree, add some stuffing, and make a star, and then sew on the star, and then boom, we have our very own Christmas tree. Well, the stitch marker can sometimes get in the way, but I do want to have the stitch marker close by as a reference though, just to make sure I'm not missing anything and I'm doing everything in the right way. Okay, next we need red. We need our red again. A lot of my yarn is starting to get tangled now at the moment, so I have to just watch out for that, because I don't want to spend too much time trying to detangle as well. Now we can chop the white and green, because we're finished with that in that round. There we go. And now we can weave in the red once we chain 2. Oops, gotta make sure that hook is pointed in the right direction. You know what else I want to do? It's make some cute crochet beanie designs. That would also be really fun. The only thing is, oh, and something else I want to do is work with chunky yarn to make a few like anime characters. There are a few anime characters from Demon Slayer that I want to make with chunky yarn. The only thing is, chunky yarn costs so much. I couldn't believe it. Maybe if I was in the US and I had US dollars, it wouldn't be as expensive, but coming from Australia and you can only purchase it from the US, oh my gosh, it is so expensive. I just can't afford it at this point in time. That's the hardest thing about trying to have your own crochet business, because there's a lot of hours that go into it, and if you don't have like a major following or anything like that, it can be hard to sustain and support yourself and buy the yarn that you need. How much does it cost? I think it's like $6 or $7 a skein. And you probably need up to 3 skeins just to make a chunky anime character, especially like with skin color. You'd need that, then you need the hair color, then you need the clothing colors, and it just adds up. And if you're not selling it, or it doesn't sell for a good price, or the patterns don't sell, then yeah, it's tough. It is tough trying to find that balance. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. For other people it's a little bit different, but yeah, for me it's just a bit expensive. It's almost like I would be spending up to $50 just to make, more than even, just to make one character. You probably wouldn't even sell it for that much. Well, I don't know how much you'd sell it for. Then there's work into designing, then there's work and hours into writing the pattern, perfecting it. But it would be fun. That's why I've kind of set up a Patreon, because I have a lot of patterns now. I think I have over 120 so patterns. And I want to do a little bit more pattern testing this year, but I want to set up a Patreon for people to be able to do that and have preferences to do that as well. I'm curious, what are you going to do for New Year's? So currently it's 3:48 p.m. on New Year's Day, and I already spent half my morning at the beach with friends. And when I came home, I spoke with my best friend, and then from there I decided to do this. Oh, actually, when I woke up as well, I made the Christmas tree. I designed that Christmas tree. Then I went to the beach. Then I came back, spoke to my best friend, and then from there did this live. So that so far has been my day. Yeah, it's been pretty fun actually. It's been productive, good time with friends, good time talking. Because my best friend lives in the Philippines as well, so we have to coordinate our times. I think we're only 3 hours apart. Australia's 3 hours ahead, so just have to coordinate that time as well. But yes, it's been a good day. A good first day of the year. Nothing bad has happened, knock on wood. Now what you see here, can you see that? Unfortunately, this has come in my yarn, which is not fun, but it's a knot and you can't get rid of it. It's like the people have just tied 2 pieces or strands together in the worst way possible. But it is what it is. So the way I'm going to rectify the situation is I'm going to take out the stitch marker at that point. Then I'm going to find the stitch I need to get into. I'm going to grab that red yarn. I'm going to weave it through, so I've got 2 loops on my hook. And then at this point, I'm going to grab the new yarn and then weave that yarn through. And now I'm using the new yarn. And then I can weave underneath the 2 yarn tails so that they don't come undone. Don't forget to chain 2 as well as you do that. So here I'm putting those, I'm just weaving those underneath. And what I'm going to do here is change my yarn color to green, because this is where we're up to now. I would honestly recommend, depending on the size you want for your Christmas tree, I would recommend probably using maybe a 1.9 millimeter hook. It's just a reasonable size, I think. And it gives you a good size Christmas tree in the end as well. So if you want to make this Christmas tree, that's what I would recommend, a 1.9 millimeter hook. As you can see, I'm kind of weaving in all this yarn here. And I'm just going to leave that out now because I've weaved it in twice already. Okay, before I move on there, I'm going to cut the yarn over here. Just because I don't need these, and these have already been weaved in. So I'm going to cut that here. And you know what else? I can also cut these yarn tails over here because there's quite a few of them now. I just got to make sure I'm not cutting the green that's right here. So keep that away, because I'll be using that a little bit later. It's not the end of the world even if I did cut it, just because you've seen me now how to coordinate adding fresh yarn. And I say fresh just because we've cut away the old yarn. But yeah, we don't really want to cut it if we don't have to. But it is looking fun. I just want to see if I can turn my brightness up when it doesn't look like I can. Okay, let's continue. We are over the hump. We are coming to a close. There's still a few things we need to get and finish off here, but we have gone through the long haul now and finished probably the longest part. Not a difficult part, as you can see. We're just doing the same thing over and over, just chaining 2, single crochet, chaining 2, single crochet, and we just keep repeating that over and over as our decoration for the Christmas tree. And it just makes that Christmas tree thicker, it gives it some definition, it gives it some texture, it makes it look dynamic, vibrant. Yeah, it's fun. It's nice. Sorry. Oh, where's that? It was actually a little bit sad today because I noticed that someone gave me only a 2-star rating on my Etsy for one of my patterns, and it was tough because lots of other people had given me 5-star ratings for that very same pattern, and they said it was, you know, quite easy to read and things like that. But this one person gave me only a 2 stars and a review saying it was too difficult for them. And the size wasn't as they expected. And then at the end of their comment they said, and it's probably just me. And I was like, oh, but you could have messaged and we could have, you know, gone through it, worked it out. You didn't have to give me such a low score, because it brings down the entire Etsy rating, and it's not, it doesn't reflect well. But oh well, these things happen. Maria, you said sorry. I'm so curious as to why you said sorry. What happened? Thank you guys for sticking around. It's been great to have you here. We've got a few suggestions on what we might do in future lives and what things we can make together, which will be fun. I feel like Saturday is probably the best day to do lives as well. I feel like weekdays are just in general not the greatest days to choose to do lives. Maybe in the evenings, although I still am trying to get a handle on what times in what countries from my country is the best. Okay, so I'm going to just leave this green one here like this for now. We have finished the decoration, almost. I'm just gonna leave it because I want to make sure that I have in fact finished it. Because we finished on 36 single crochet, so we might even have one more round of that. But before we get into that, what I want to do is I'm going to close this up just a little bit, and then I'm going to add some stuffing, then I'm going to complete the closing of it, and then we will complete the star, and then that should be the end of our Christmas tree. So we're getting there, until I'm in winter break, so it's fine. January 6th. Okay, I see. That's awesome. What grade are you coming into? I have a brother that's just that's about to be starting his HSC. So HSC is just grade 12. It's like a higher school certificate, and they need to complete that in order to complete their grade 12, and it just helps them then receive a grade, kind of like a GPA. Or no, what is it? Not a GPA in America. SATs. Am I saying that right? And then it helps them get into college. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we never wrote this, but basically the same thing over and over. We did a single crochet, chain 2, and then we repeated that depending how many times. So in this case it was 9 because we went on round 3. Then in round 2 it would be change color to white, and it would be the same thing, single crochet, chain 2 times, this time it would be times 12 because we had 12 stitches in that round, and then you would repeat all the way up until your round 12. And here we're up to round 36, which we never added anything on this round 36, on this round 13, and we're about to add to this section here. So round 14 is going to be 4 single crochets and then a decrease times by 6 to give it back to 30. And then I'm going to continue writing the pattern up here just because I don't really have space, but on a computer you'd have a fresh layout of all of that. So I'm going to do 1 decrease round over here, and it's going to be in these back loops again just for this round, so I should actually mention that it should be back loop only, and also here this is back loop only as well. Okay, so we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a decrease. 1, 2. Remember, it's in the back loop, so we needed to do that decrease in a different way. Now, I don't have much yarn left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Sorry about that. 3, 4. Sometimes it just randomly tells me I need to reconnect. And then a decrease. That's probably why we lost some people on the way. Here, so that's that there. So then here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease again. I think this is the 4th decrease now. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a decrease. And let's see how many we have to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and I am actually just gonna count the stitches here. I think I'm good, but there should be 30 stitches in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. I'm still here. I was chomping on a cupcake. Nice. Alright, at this point I'm gonna add some stuffing. So now I need to find the stuffing. Here's some. And I'm gonna just push this inside, and I can use my cutter to push that right to the tip of the Christmas tree as well, just so it is fully firm and stays right in there. So we're just adding all of this stuffing. We're gonna add more stuffing as well. We're gonna make sure it's fully in there. So I've got a bunch of stuffing here. We're just gonna keep adding until we've got it nice and bulky. Gotta make sure we've got a good Christmas tree right here. And that we have enough of our fiber filling, or stuffing as people call it, to stuff our Christmas tree. Now, a tip, I actually just get my stuffing from a pillow. So I'll just purchase some cheap pillows, either online or go to my local, for us in Australia, it's our local Kmart or Big W. Maybe for you guys in America, it's Walmart or something. Just grab a pillow, and then, yeah, you got some stuffing right there. So that's probably the easiest way. Otherwise, you can buy it in bulk from a certain company and probably get it for a reasonable price or whatnot. But yes, that is stuffing. So the next one that I'm going to do, starting to get bright now, as you can see, is this is round 15, and we're doing 3 single crochet stitches and then a decrease times by 6, bringing us back to 24. And we don't need to go in the back loop anymore, which is wonderful. Now what I want to make sure is that I'm pushing my stuffing all the way in, because I don't want to be crocheting stuffing as I go. And I just got to get this out of my way because I don't need it just yet. And now we can begin. So here's the first one. 1, 2. You can see I'm like really trying to push that stuffing in. 3. And here's my first decrease. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, then decrease. So that's the second time. I've got to repeat this another 4 times now. It's looking good. Thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate that. 1, 2, 3. This is my third decrease right here. That's number 3. Then repeat. 1, 2, let's do that again. 2, 3. This is the 4th decrease. 1, 2, 3. 5th decrease right here. And this will be number 6 as I complete this now. 1, 2, 3. Final decrease for that round. There we go. Okay. So we've just done that. Our next round is going to be round 16, and we're going to do 2 single crochet and decrease, and we'll repeat that 6 times, giving us a total of 18. We are slowly coming to a close here. I'm tempted to take some of the stuffing out just because I feel like I've stuffed it a bit too much, but also I don't want to take out too much either. I just need it to be the perfect size. Okay, let's start this next round. So 1, 2, no problem. 1, 2, you can actually start to hear the squeaking. Okay, that's 2. Here's number 3. 1. I think it must just be this type of yarn, as in this green one particularly. It just makes a squeaking sound. 1, 2, decrease. Number 4 decrease. So 1, 2, decrease. 5, 1, 2, decrease. And number 6, 1, 2, decrease. Okay, we're looking good, we're looking good. Now I need to do round 17, single crochet, decrease, times 6, giving me a total of 12. We're getting there, guys. We are almost finished this Christmas tree. So we'll do 1 single crochet, decrease, and we'll repeat that 5 more times, giving us a total of 6. 1 decrease for the second decrease, 1 decrease for the third decrease, 1 decrease for the fourth decrease, single crochet, decrease, that's number 5, and last one for that round, single crochet, decrease. Okay, so as you can see, we are almost there. And you know what, you could probably, I'm going to do this in my round 18. I'm just going to make 2 single crochet stitches, which will give me a total of 10. So have a look at this. I'm just going to do 2 decreases here. So here's one, because I know if I do too many decreases, then when I wrap up my circle, I'm going to have a bulge in my circle, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to make 2 decreases here instead of 6. You can see how it's very close together here. And then I'm going to pull a yarn tail out. I'm going to cut my yarn, as you can see right here. So I've cut the yarn. I don't need to add any more stuffing because we want this Christmas tree nice and flat so it can just fit on the table like that. And we're going to grab a needle and weave the yarn tail through the eye of the needle. And then we're going to go through each front loop of our 10 remaining stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that, what I've done. Come here. So I just need to make sure I have all the yarn in my needle as I'm going through each stitch as well, because you don't want to miss some of the yarn strands. That's how I made it all come apart here, which we don't want. One, I can't remember how many there are now, but I'm just going to keep going until I know I've gone through the front loops of all those remaining stitches. I think this is the last one here. So front loop. Done. Nice. Welcome back. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to pull my yarn and it's going to close this circle here. Did you see that? It closed the circle. It's nice and neat. I'm pulling it quite tight. And then I'm just going to weave my yarn into the base here. I'll come out at one point. Doesn't matter where I come out, and I can just weave it back in and come out at a different point. And then from here, I won't pull it too tightly. I will cut the yarn. And there, we finished the base of the Christmas tree. There's only one thing to go. And this is where I still have one more back loop, as you can see. So I can either leave it as is, or I can continue with white. And I think I'm going to continue one more round with white colored yarn here. And this is just for the decorations of the Christmas tree. So before I finish this final single crochet stitch over here, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to insert my hook into, well, I can't insert it anymore, but I'm going to come in here. I've got 2 loops on my hook ready for that single crochet, and I'm going to change my yarn color to white. As you can see, I'm coming to white here now, and I'm going to do one more round of decoration. So if you've just joined, have a look. This is how we do the decoration. We chain 2, we go in the next front loop, we weave the yarn tails underneath, we chain 2, and we do a single crochet in the next stitch, and we weave the yarn tails underneath, then we chain 2. And we just repeat that over and over again until we're finished. So the next front loop over here, weave the yarn, weave the yarn underneath, chain 2, and that's probably enough weaving. Now we can just continue now. So we're doing a single crochet, we're chaining 2, single crochet, chaining 2, single crochet, chaining 2. We're just going to repeat this all the way around. So it shouldn't take too long to complete this final round over here. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm going to make sure that hook goes completely into our loop and then also into this loop right here. I feel like I have a bit of stuffing on my hand. I can feel it kind of feels like a spider web, but okay, now we're going to just cut this yarn tail over here because we don't need it anymore. We're going to get that stuffing off my finger. And then you can see it's getting sunny through my window, and it is getting hot along with it. I'm just gonna keep doing this pattern until I finish the round, so hopefully not too much longer here. 1, 2, single crochet, 1, 2. So as you can see, we've already been 96 minutes of me crocheting this Christmas tree. So yeah, it does take a little bit of time, but it's not difficult per se. So even if you're a beginner crocheter, I know you could do this. I know you would be able to work a Christmas tree and do this pattern by yourselves with minimal help. Like once you've learned the basics of crochet, you've got this. This is not a difficult pattern to do. The only thing is it just takes some time. You'd probably work on this over the next couple of days or even up to a week until you finish your project. But once you're done, oh, you will be so happy. It will look so cute. You will have a little gift or ornament for yourself, your family, your friend. And yeah, it's just a great accomplishment to be able to crochet something. I know I feel that every time I've created a doll or something else, I'm just like, wow, that looks amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to do that. And then it makes you inspired or encouraged to do more, make more and more. We've got 6 people watching, so we are falling off. But I'm so grateful for the ones that are here. Thank you so much. I hope it's been a little bit interesting. I know we've been repetitive, but hey, that's what crochet is, right? We start with something, it takes a while, but we reach somewhere in the end. And sometimes it's all about that patience as well. Some people struggle with the patience, so yes, you are still here. And also, hi. Welcome to this live stream. I hope you're enjoying it. We're just finishing our Christmas tree right here. We're doing as much as possible, as best as we can, to finish this Christmas tree, even though we are completely late and already into 2025. So this Christmas tree is dedicated to Christmas of 2025. How about that? 2 more. Just want to make sure. Yeah. 2 more and then we're done. 1, 2. And look, we can just go into our first stitch of that white and make a slip stitch. And look at that. There we are. We have just finished our decoration on the Christmas tree. We still need to make the star, but at least the tree is done. We can just weave in this yarn tail. Where did I put my sewing needle? Right here. And I'm just going to weave this in. So where can I weave it in? Maybe over here, and then I'll pop it in here, and it'll just come out here, and that should be fine right there. So let's move that. There we go. Don't want to pull it too tightly because I don't want to make this look a bit strange. Then I'm going to cut the yarn here. Look, this Christmas tree can just stand up like that. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, we finished this. Weave yarn through front loops of the 10 remaining stitches. Okay. All right, the next part is the star of our Christmas tree. We could even make like a little base here, but I won't do that. We're fine with just having our Christmas tree like this. I hope you like it. Someone said it's cute. Oh, Adam said it's cute. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my yarn and I'm gonna cut it. I'm going to give myself a fair amount of yarn, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make it into 2-ply. So I'm going to pull this apart. I'm going to pull 2 strands of it apart, and I'm just going to pull it through. I don't want to pull too hard either. Sometimes it can be a struggle just to get there. Oh, look at that, I've already broken it. But it's okay, we still got this side. Let's hope for the best. Yes, okay, at least we got one side with 2-ply yarn. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to make a star. And what I will do is I'll have a large yarn tail over here. I'm going to make a magic ring. I'm going to now insert my hook and finish that magic ring like so. Now the first thing I'll do is make a single crochet stitch. Then I will do a double crochet stitch. Then I will chain 2 and make a picot stitch. So I have done tutorials of all of this in a few other live streams, so if you want to check those out, go for it, that would be amazing. Then I'm going to chain 2 and finish off with a slip stitch. Slip stitch into that hole, and I'm going to repeat this 5 more times. So the first thing, I'll chain 1, do a single crochet stitch, not half double crochet, 1, 2, someone said I love that outcome, oh thank you, 1, 2, and picot stitch right there, chain 2, make a slip stitch. I feel like I'm going to run out of yarn. I should have given myself a bit more yarn. Chain 1, bring that in closer, make a single crochet stitch, make a double crochet stitch, and I am gonna have to give myself some new yarn as well because I know I'm gonna run out. 1, 2, I should have cut more. Picot stitch right here, there we go, chain 2, finish with a slip stitch. That's our 3rd point in our star. Got 1, 2, 3. We got 2 more to go. I wonder if I can make it. Can I make it? Double crochet here. Chain 2. Picot stitch right there. Chain 2. Finish with a slip stitch. I wonder if we can make this. We have 1 more point to go. Do I have enough yarn? I really hope so. Just chain 1, single crochet, double crochet. I am running out. Oh no. 1, 2. If I can hold the yarn well, I will be okay. But if it slips out of my fingers, like here, it's kind of a hit and miss. Chain 2 and finish off with a slip stitch. Boom. Okay, we made it. Oh my goodness, we made it. Now I'm going to hold this. I'm going to pull this to close my circle or my magic ring. And then I'm going to weave. Gotta find where I'm going. Where am I? Which one did I pull? Well, let's see here. I'm going to wait, I actually really do need to figure out which one I pulled there. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, so I had the wrong one. And I'm going to pull this through my loop on the hook, just to finish that off. I'll pull that nice and tightly as well. Here we go, we've got a star, and it's looking good. We've got all the points. There we go. And now, to finish this off, we just need to sew this on top of our Christmas tree. Up here. Okay, so let's do this now. We'll just weave it in. We'll do one at a time, how about that? So one yarn tail at a time. Just to make sure we're doing this all nice. And I might have it at the front over here. And I'm just gonna go in at any point and come out at another point. Good, and then I will do the same for this one. I'll weave in at one point and come out at the same point at the back. That way I can tie these two yarn tails together at the end and keep my star nice and tightly on the top of my tree. So I'm just going to pull that in nicely. Now from here I am going to tie the yarn, and I'll just tie that very tightly in a double knot. So that's one. Here's the double, maybe even a triple, just because my yarn will allow me to do so. So a triple knot right there. We just want it really tight. We can chop that off. We can put this back inside my Christmas tree, like so. Then we can straighten up our star. Just make sure it's nice and straight. And there we go. Here is our Christmas tree, guys. How do you like it? We've now made 2 Christmas trees. 2 Christmas trees right here. The star with this one was made with 2-ply yarn, and the star here was made with 4-ply yarn. So there's a little subtle difference there. This one is just a little bit smaller, but I kind of like that small effect. And add a chain up here so that you can hang it to your own Christmas tree if you wanted to do that as well. I just want to poke this in a little bit more so we don't see that. But I really like this star on the top, and I think it just turned out fantastic. Just want to make that nice and straight over here. There we go. Okay, guys. Well, we've got only 5 people watching, so it's not very many. It's probably the least that we've had, but I'm so grateful for all you guys that are here. So thank you so much. And anyways, I will end this live stream. We finished our Christmas tree. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. See you guys. Make sure to just subscribe if you haven't as well. Thank you so much, Adam. I was waiting for your comment. I wasn't sure if you're here anymore. But that's awesome. Thank you so much for checking that out. So cute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ben Ment's life. That's very nice of you to say so. Thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, because we have a lot of tutorial videos available for you, and also I teach you how to crochet if you look out for those videos as well. So this channel is all about crochet, and yeah, you'll be able to make this as well. I'll get a tutorial video out there for you guys at some point of this Christmas tree for you to do as well. And yes, I will get a strawberry tutorial available very soon. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of the evening or the day. If it's your New Year's Day now, enjoy. And yeah, I can't believe that it's 2025 and we'll see what the new year brings. So thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.